Well, everybody, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. We're always excited to see how people do with these races, and there are a lot of new players who are coming in and doing surprisingly strong. I love it. Honestly, you never know how you're going to do. When I play bad video games blind, I usually am a train wreck, which is why I just bring in other people to play for me. Speaking about playing for me, I also make people choose games for me. And the person who is choosing for this game today is somebody who we have seen a little bit lately. Guess what? Blasphemous Roar, bringing in the game. Come on in, Blasphemous Roar. I want to come chat with you. Hello there.
You know, Rosencha, you may recall last week you threatened to punch me. And honestly, I've decided to take your threat as seriously enough that I decided to bring in a big, muscled friend to back me up.
Oh, no.
Oh, yeah.
Is it Arnold?
No, it's not Arnold. It's bigger than Arnold.
Is it like Summertime Karnov?
No, it's bigger than Summertime Karnov.
Okay. Oh, who is it?
Oh, no. You mess with me, you call in the power of the demigods.
Oh,
Kevin
no.
Sorbo.
I don't want to face those odds.
Oh, yes, I'm calling in my friend Kevin Sorbo, my friend. It's time for Hercules!
For Game Boy.
The Game Boy.
I'm actually not familiar with this version of Hercules. But I know, like, all the songs.
Oh!
My name is Hercules. I'm gonna fight some bees.
Well, you all remember the most important song from Zero to Hero, just like that. This has been remixed for the Game Boy. It is, in fact, from Zero to Zero, and just like that.
Oh, yeah.
This game's bad.
I'm super excited for it, though. I like bad video games. Question, though, is this better or worse than the bootleg Hercules 2 on Genesis?
Okay, so I hadn't played the bootleg Hercules 2. However, I have played the game that the bootleg Hercules 2 is based off of. It almost made it into my list, except that there was emulation issues, so everybody was saved from that for the now. But worse. Worse than the game that it's based off of.
Okay, at least worse than the game it was based off of. I can sort of forgive that a little bit, like teeny tiny bit.
My favorite quote from my fellow tester is, I played for about an hour and it felt like 5.
5 minutes?
5 hours.
Oh, okay. That's a lot of hours.
It's a lot of time, except that it's only 1 hour. So we might be in for a trip. We might be in for Doom.
Fell Temp is very unhappy having played it this much. Oh my gosh.
Now I can read chat. I can actually respond to you, chat, because I'm not dumb enough to put it in the wrong spot this time. Hello. Yeah, don't forget to get up on the Hydra's back.
Okay, not forgetting. Oh, who's doing audio for us? If you have that.
Let me see.
I'm gonna send you on an audio quest as I get everything else set up. Audio quest.
Polk says that if audio works, you can use theirs.
Polk? Sweet. I'll go ahead and plan on that for now. Now, so everybody knows Ku5ogrande is an hour match. The reason we do an hour instead of expecting completion is that a lot of these games, we really don't expect anybody to complete. We've got a little bit of sympathy, they're here giving us entertainment, spending time suffering so that we can get good laughs. So honestly, if there are people who you love here, cheer for them, get excited. They might not be able to see it here, but they will be able to see what you are saying in any replay that they get, which, occasionally I go back and watch some of the replays for events that I've played in, or so it's always exciting to see people who are cheering for each other.
I absolutely go back and look at my Ku5ogrande matches, like absolutely. Mostly because I'm questioning how on earth I even, survived.
How you lived.
Yeah.
Yeah. about that. Living is not optional when it comes to Ku5ogrande. You are required to not die during the match. Yeah.
I see we already have some Hercules quotes.
Oh, Hercules. I mean, we can talk about that more later. Yeah, I don't know why Hercules became such a thing, other than it has to do with the bootleg game that we had. But yeah, good old Hercules. I blame Kowal for that, okay? Which is the right person to blame whenever you can. So, hey, we're at least doing it right. Well, I'm currently working on getting everything set up. Do you want to give a rundown for people of the rules or anything that they should be expecting during this match?
All right, so I actually, you see, Brosencha, I may have played this game in December all the way through, and then immediately filed it into the part of my brain that said, "Oh God, please, for the love of everything, forget this game."
Okay.
And I have, I have my own little games quest thingy where I track some of my games and, have a category for bad games. And when looking over my Kuso, I looked for bad games and immediately remembered this and went, "Oh dear, no, yes." So what we're expecting from this game is slow platforming, bad combat, bad health drops, jumping from a rope that doesn't give you any height whatsoever, and a lot of those ropes, obscure fights, and more importantly, bad remakes of musics. No, actually, no, the music's great. The music's fine. It's a banger, I think, if I remember. I don't know, actually.
It's a banger, I think. I don't know. Yeah, that basically sums up the Ku5ogrande experience. It might be good music.
Like, I can barely hear it off of Polk.
That's okay. Like,
that's because I'm in. There we go.
Yeah. Okay, I'm working on getting everybody captured right now. We've got fun resolutions, but that's okay. I can get through those. So as far as I can tell, this is a Game Boy, not a Game Boy Color game, correct?
Yeah, this is a Game Boy game, not a Game Boy Color game. Though it is Super Game Boy Enhanced.
Aha.
So there will be some, I believe that at least Pokemon God is using the Super Game Boy version, if I'm looking at this correctly. I do see some green leaves. Look at that. It looks so much better on the Super Game Boy.
Aw. Green. I like plants. I'm a big fan of trees.
Yeah, so we got beautiful green instead of this. Everybody else is using our classic sepia.
Sepia?
Is it sepia? Is it sepia or sepia? I don't know.
I'm pretty sure it's sepia.
I never know.
Like,
I'm
about 90% sure, but like I'm sure enough that I know that I could be mistaken as well. Chat is definitely going to have some opinions. C3pia? Ugh, no.
All right, almighty Google, reveal unto me the pronunciation of sepia. It is sepia. You are correct.
Okay. It's
So
what makes
I've
you
been
happy.
pronouncing that
Oh
my
yeah.
entire world.
Pronounce it the way that will make your soul happy. Oh
Yeah, I
ignore
mean,
the
I
title.
pronounce terribly. I pronounce terrible. Like, everything is terrible when I pronounce it, so it's fine.
By the way, there is a question in Discord for you. Passwords are going to be allowed if they earn them.
Yeah, I'm sorry, I forgot there were passwords in this game. I have a feeling when I start watching this, all the terrible, terrible memories are going to come flooding in. I'm very sorry, Bersentia. I'm dropping the ball over here. I've been very busy these last few weeks.
That's okay. Everybody get your Hercules emotes, anything that has to deal with muscles, the Greeks, If you have Grecian urns, you can go ahead and spam urns. Those are cool. And as soon as they get into the first level, I will be starting our timer. For some reason, this immediately gave me some Prince Valiant vibes, and I'm not sure if we're gonna see that for a long time, but that's sort of what I felt. Or Mulan.
Yeah. So yeah, this is of course Disney's Hercules. The best part about this is of course this wonderful attack animation that they're doing. You either have the super slow swing in front of you, or this awkward wave ahead of you. Of course, you know, and the hit detection on the sword is of course terrible. Also, I hope your belly is ready for a lot of Herculade.
Oh, I love me some Herculade. It's good for the tumors.
So yeah, okay, Sprint God figured out these are ropes. Yeah, you can actually climb almost all of these ropes, and I hope they learn to do that. And Pokemon God has leapt from the rope and immediately into the jowls of a scorpion.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Yeah. So expect some blind jumps, expect some blind falls into pits. You need to do better than that. Should beware of chasms. Phil just told you beware of chasms. Lumps. Phil just told you beware of chasms. They don't listen to Phil. All right. If Danny DeVito tells you to do something, do it.
There might be pumas in the chasm. There might be pumas in the chasms. Want to watch out.
Like, I mean, honestly, bro, if Danny DeVito walked up to you dressed as a satyr and told you to beware of chasms, what would you do?
Probably kick him in the knee. Or punch him in the knee.
All right.
Yeah.
Wow.
But also, I would avoid the chasms. I love Danny DeVito, okay? He is the best guy ever. But nobody's gonna tell me to avoid chasms.
I mean, they might. So, of course, this dragonfly, Pokemon God, is getting beat up by a dragonfly. With very, very reliable hitbox, this dragonfly. Oh, they finally got it. By the way, your health does something weird in this game, which is as you get slapped around, suddenly, like, on the classic Game Boy, there starts feeling like a black bar, and then, like, it doesn't matter for anything, but you see the yellow on Pokemon God's screen.
Oh,
and
yeah.
you can kind of see it on some of the other people when they start getting low. It just does that. I don't know why.
Yeah, that's odd. So question, does it give you a warning when you get low on health, or is there any point for it to be yellow, or just yellow?
Not that I'm aware of. Like, I guess maybe it's there to contrast, so you go, oh, I'm lowish on health. Like,
people have actually commented, by the way, that the animations in this game are good, and I really agree. They're pretty impressive.
Yeah, actually, this game has some really good sprite work.
Honestly, it was the same with Mulan. It had very fluid animations.
I mean,
not a good game.
Yeah, exactly. It's going to be a thing with a lot of the Disney games, is that you're going to see some really good animations, but not so much on the actual, like, focus on gameplay.
Yeah, it's true. I think mostly executives were like, does it look decent? What? Pokemon God just fell? But I don't think there was a chasm there.
Oh yeah, there absolutely was a chasm there.
Wow.
Yeah, sometimes you might not notice the chasm. I mean, they're there. They're everywhere. Here. So, you know, like, the best part is that we need to grab those ropes with the jump, and there is a non-zero chance that you can just fail to grab the rope. I mean, that might be because I'm dumb. That might also be because something happened, but, you know, no idea. Oh, and lumps. Oh, barely made it. Yeah, so that rope there, while you're climbing that one, it's really hard to know that you're high enough to actually, like, avoid the chasm when you fall down.
Oh, yeah. Also, I'm watching Polk screen, and it looks like there are places that have a significant amount of lag.
Yes. Oh, yes. So now we're in the caves. There are a few cave sections in this game, and caves are pretty miserable. They're mildly mazy. They're not really too bad, but the jumping in this game is so overly sensitive as to what it likes to listen to that sometimes you don't actually get your actions off and can't jump into places that you should obviously be able to jump into.
Yeah, that makes sense.
I'm impressed that both Lumps and Polk made it through the first stage pretty well. I'm honestly thinking that maybe this was in fact a first round game. Maybe it's not too bad. You know, I'm looking at this and I'm starting to question, why did I ever file this into my Dear God Why folder? And oh yeah, that's right. Because Polk is getting slapped by a skeleton. It is like impossible to fight, and two of them, and Fireball. Oh, nice dodge.
2 evil skeletons. Ugh. Actually, I don't know. I want to be friends with those skeletons, you know?
Yeah, I mean, look, people get scared of skeletons all the time, but I mean, are they really gonna hurt you? They have no muscles, bro.
No, they're gonna be fine.
Yeah,
You can be friends with the skeleton and not worry. So, just so everybody knows, by the way, this was made by the same company that made the Mulan game, which we've had. They made a Hunchback of Notre Dame game. They made a Pocahontas, a Toy Story. They made
Is that Hunchback
Shaq
game?
Fu.
Is that Hunchback game Super Hunchback?
No.
Okay.
Apparently they worked on some James Bond games. Like, yeah, they don't exactly have the best history with the games that they've made, but at least the music and the animations, I think that really is where they excel, not the gameplay.
Yeah, I mean, again, like, these are Disney games. These are an animation studio, and I really do think that the executives were like, yeah, make it look real good. Above and beyond all else. Pokemon God has made it into the cave, and we see this wonderful, terrible blue. I guess that's supposed to simulate the fact that it's a dark cave. I hate it. Yeah, this color is terrible.
It's a fine color. It's whatever. Like, at least it changed to something new.
Yeah, I mean, at least it did change to something new.
Yeah.
At least the Super Game Boy enhancements are actually pretending to be Super Game Boy enhancements.
Exactly. When do we get to hear Zero to Hero, by the way?
On the title screen.
Oh, is that it?
Yeah, that's it. Except some of them didn't really get the title screen music. I think that we get I think we get another song, though. I'm not remembering. I swear that we may or may not get one of the Muse songs. Oh no, Polk versus the skeleton on the blank room. Look at that. Polk manages to slap the skeleton silly.
You know, it's always a little bit of a scary thing when you look at some of these people's credits and see this was one person's second to last game. You know, this was basically right at the end of their video game career. Other people essentially worked until the early 2000s, you know, working on Bob the Builder, Fix It Fun. Oh. Yeah.
Polk gets a password.
Very nice. I like passwords.
Yeah, passwords, I mean, like I said, I was asked if they were able to use passwords. I forgot about them. All right, so welcome to the Pegasus sections.
Oh, because, you know, oh no, this looks like Mulan controls. I'm not lying.
I think I need to go play this Mulan game now.
You need to play Mulan for Game Boy.
I mean, I'll be honest, like, I don't know if people will eventually figure out what theme I'm going with my DMing, and they'll be sad that I did. So, you know, I may have to go check this Mulan game out for,
yeah, at least go take a look.
Yeah, the Hercules TS1 game, by the way. So that's the one game that the Hercules 2 that we saw on the Genesis was based off of.
Yes.
So I just want to say a few things about that game. The most annoying, frustrating thing is that when you attack and there are more than one enemy in the same location,
yes,
it only ever hits one enemy.
Huh.
So there will be like 4 bats that have managed to or 4 birds that have managed to culminate into the same general location. And if you swing your sword and connect with them, you only hit one, so the other 4 slap you.
Okay.
It's pretty bad.
Yeah, that doesn't sound particularly great.
So these auto-scroller sections are actually super easy. Like, crazy easy. I don't even know why they're in here.
Yeah, it seems relatively trivial. Like, we've got weird birds flying around trying to peck at you with their little grabby. Well, that's it.
That's it. You gotta catch the shields. They'll protect you. And if you catch the shields, they protect you. But can you handle birds, but can you handle fish?
I can't handle fish. Oh,
well,
jeez. They're all slimy.
I think you need to learn to cook.
Have you ever grabbed a fish out of water?
Yes, I have.
Oh, okay. Good job.
Yeah.
I have too. Funny story. It was on a Boy Scouts trip to the fish hatchery that was near our town. And guess what? Scoutmasters didn't even care about anything that was going on. So, people are doing dumb things like usual, throwing rocks at the fish, grabbing the fish out of water. They saw a skunk, threw rocks at the skunk. All the typical really, really dumb idea things that you would expect from Boy Scouts. And yeah, I think that I'm not sure if I grabbed a fish or somebody handed me a fish, but yeah, I got to feel it. Very, very slimy.
Yeah, I mean, I did have a goldfish that died once, so...
Oh.
Probably because I grabbed it. No, I don't know. I've never grabbed that fish. Okay, so, we have the golems. Oh, the golems are fantastic.
Oh, yeah. These are hideous.
So, they bully you, they punch you back, they knock you backwards. You kind of have to avoid them unless you figure out something that's not explained anywhere. And I sure didn't explain it to them, because why would I? I am not a benevolent Ku5ogrande. If they're charging like that and they press attack, they'll do a shoulder tackle. There's been no explanation of that shoulder tackle.
Really?
Huh. And it's the only way to break those golems down.
Yeah, some of these games just are a little bit too challenging for no good reason, or they just have no explanation about different mechanics. And you would expect that from a bootleg. For a game like this, it could have been in the manual, but it's hard to say.
Oh, by the way, I would like to point out that Lumps right now, unfortunately, sorry Lumps, I'm calling attention to your woes here. You remember how I said earlier that there are really finicky jumps in the caves? And then all three of the other players just kind of sort of made that statement look terrible and not relevant? Yeah, Lumps has been here for a while trying to make this one dumb jump. And Polk just got double teamed by dragonflies. And they will just seriously melt your health because it's so hard to hit them.
That's kind of amazing that they're that evil.
They are so hard to hit.
Oh my gosh, I'm looking to see if there is any sort of manual for this game online. And one of the best results that I've gotten has been Manual of British Rural Sports, comprising shooting... What else? Shooting, hunting, coursing, ... And it's just a list of different sports. And I'm like, this is not Hercules. This is 0% Hercules, let me tell you.
I mean, look, all right, Hercules is a athlete who has his own sports drink. I think it's fair to say that, of course, there are going to be some of those, there's going to be, sorry, I got distracted. He's got to be a good sports player. I mean, look at him. It's definitely not, I don't know if they rule out demigods. But that's certainly, a thing they should do. So, Polk versus the Golem. Polk is getting bullied. Alright, and Polk has run to the safety of the vine.
Run, Polk!
And he's just going to run past the Golem. This is how I handled this game for a bit.
I mean, that sounds like a good plan. The less fighting you do, the better off you're gonna be. Oh,
Alright, so Polk just got torn apart by a dragonfly. The reason why they're so hard to hit is that upward sword swing looks like it hits above you, but it actually hits above and to the left or above and to the right of you. And those dragonflies attack you from either above and to the left or above and to the right of you. So you have to actually be facing the dragonfly and trying to figure out which side of you it's actually attacking.
Okay. I'm also, like, trying to look at different mechanics for the game, and honestly, you hold attack to dash. That's what a lot of games do. B is
Sprint
jump.
Gun! Sprint Gun! Sprint Gun just shoulder tackled the golem!
Oh, look at that shoulder.
So Sprint Gun, I feel like, has a serious advantage now, having known that.
So what do you push in order to do the shoulder tackle?
I believe you actually press the jump button to shoulder tackle.
I mean, of
While
course you
dashing.
push jump to tackle.
Jump to attack. Why would you push jump to tackle? So Sprint Gun just reset. What happened there? I'm not so sure.
I don't know. By the way, I'm taking a look. Apparently, I don't know. Something possibly happened, and they have to sit through all of the logos. Thank you, Tier Tex.
Oh yeah, good old logos. I mean, we all know that every game is, of course, made by Q Audio and Crytek, and I don't remember the good old classic splash screens that the PlayStation and Xbox and GameCube era.
I think
threw
they're
at us repeatedly.
Yeah, they're even worse than like the unskippable ads on DVDs. Seriously, I love that you have a logo. I love that you had a graphic designer go and put it together. You know what? I love the game more than I love your logo. So let me get to the freaking good stuff. Yeah. By the way, we do have mouse strats going on Lump's side. The mouse on the screen. It's charming. Okay. Oh, and Lumps moves it right there. I guess if you talk about it, you know.
Yeah, they don't notice it until you reach across time and space and tell them about it. Or oh no, it was always there. Okay, it's just that when the game is active, apparently there's this loading thing whereupon the game is active and not active at some point and removes and returns the mouse.
Ooh, I like it. Oh yeah, people in the Discord, some of the players are talking about the Hercules.
Of course.
It mends your bones.
It mends your bones.
Yeah.
Like, it's a sports endorsement. You gotta have that Hercules. By the way, the GGDC, the Greek God and Drug Administration, would like to remind you that Hercules does not do any of those things, and it is in fact sugar and citrus.
Yeah. No, that's a lie. It'll probably cure every disease you've ever had. Retroactively. Hercules.
I mean, let's face it.
It's
Nope, I lost that joke.
miraculous.
I lost the joke. It's gone.
Yeah, I'm trying to think. Okay, why would they even use Hercules, though? It was such a minor part of the video game, or of the movie.
Because that's the kind of thing that kids would remember.
I
I mean, what else are you gonna represent for health and stuff? Like, what would you
a
use?
heart.
No, Hercules doesn't pick up hearts. All
Well,
right.
I imagine
Hercules.
like the real Hercules might pick up hearts, you know, not this faker.
Yeah, well, this faker, all right, got a movie. This faker got a movie. Did the Hercules show for sci-fi get a movie?
Actually, are you talking about the one with Kevin Sorbo?
Yeah.
It did get a video game.
Oh, got a video game. Okay.
Yeah, it got one on the N64. I've got it.
Oh, okay. That sounds about right, you know? Like, I'm sorry. I gotta call my friend Kevin Sorbo in to tag in for taking that punch from you.
Yeah.
Like, I'm never letting you live that down, that you threatened me, Rosentia. I came here to give you games, and you threatened me.
I've threatened so many people here.
You
Like, it's
probably
not even
have,
a
like-
joke.
Yeah. Well, it's not even a joke, you say? It's an actual
Well, I
threat?
mean,
Oh, my God.
like-
Oh.
No, the threat is a joke. Never mind. Shut up. Shut up, everybody. We've got Hercules on screen, and we're just about 20 minutes in. To keep people aware, what does the order currently look like for you? Who's in the lead?
It's a little bit hard to track because they haven't hit any major progression points in a bit. We saw Polk reach this stage first. I think Lumps is currently further in this stage. I think, based on those vines that I'm seeing. Lumps has figured out how to tackle. One of the other players, I think Sprint God, figured out how to tackle as well. Pokemon God appears to be running away from the Golem, unwilling to attack. So I think Lumps is ahead. Based on the roping and stuff that's going on. And Lumps has found the higher up Hercules. These are really important ones. Because you're going to need that health going on, especially with the dragonflies. Oh, no.
These dragonflies are...
Kill it.
Oh!
The missed jump.
The chasm.
Oh. Yeah. Those chasms are horrible. You never know whether or not... Because it looks like you could jump off of the rope earlier than that.
Oh, my gosh. It's so good.
It's in the background.
Like, the diagonal self-toss into the pit is so good. Absolutely the best.
You lose height on the ropes compared to if you just jumped, but there's no way to actually jump that gap.
Apparently Wandering Mine in chat has played this game pretty extensively and gave up at that part, the vine climb. And Sprint God is on to the not Minotaur.
The Centaur.
The Centaur, yeah. Opposite of Minotaur.
So the Centaur here is really hard. Yeah, if you get too close, it just kicks you. If you stand back, it hits you with the bow. This Centaur probably killed me a dozen times. It turns out, because the thing is that you have to get close enough to him to hit him. And if you get too, he just kicks you. Before you can even swing your sword, he just kicks you.
I love Meg in the background. She's just like, ah!
She's looking at me like, what is this fight? What is this fight?
Relaxing.
All right, so Sprint God gets in, gets the hit, gets out. The Centaur, of course, takes way too many hits. So it turns out with the Centaur here, you can, in fact, perfect pixel him. Oh, here we go. In and out.
This is a good combo. Good. Oh, kicked in the butt. The booty kick.
All right, so I think that firmly puts Sprint God in the lead as having found the Centaur.
For sure, yeah.
So yeah, the Centaur will tear you apart because he's got a much faster attack than you. So you have to walk in during the frames that he's recovering from the attack and before he attacks. And if you miss if you miss it by even a fraction of a second, you are going to get slapped, kicked back, out of range, and then he'll shoot you with a bow because, he's nice and all.
But more enemies need combos like that in, some of these old games.
Well, I mean, he won't combo you with the bow. It's just while you're sitting there pondering how on earth you're supposed to get into him, he's just like, ha ha ha, I have a bow.
I'm Centaur. I shoot you with my bow.
At least this one is less obtuse than the PS1 version, which I won't spoil because you never know.
The bootleg version is pretty funny because you can get to a place where he can't hit you, but you can hit him, and it's just glorious. I highly recommend the bootleg version if you want to waste a good portion of your sanity.
Well, most of my sanity's already been lost, so I think we're good. I can go experience that in its full wonder. Oh, Sprint God, of course, getting comboed by the Dragonfly, hits him on one side, hits him on the other. Which way do you go, Sprint God? Which way do you go?
Up.
Up is a good answer. Up is a good direction.
Oh, baby. Okay, Sprint God unfortunately dying and having to start this level over. Yeah, everybody is struggling with level 2. I mean, it shouldn't be a surprise. It's not exactly the best game in the world.
It's not exactly the worst game in the world.
I mean, yeah.
But I mean, this is a round 1 game. You gotta have stuff in your pocket.
Actually, because the music is so good here, I actually feel like the game is much more tolerable than others we've seen in the past. I dig this music.
Yeah, no, the music is actually pretty good. Like, the music is pretty good.
Yeah, people are asking if Polk's game is running half as fast. I've seen Polk's game go fast. It might just be that this area has a lot of lag. Although there could be a problem specifically with Polk's system. I'm not 100% sure. Yeah, it's only been 25 minutes, everybody.
Yeah, 25 minutes. They haven't made it past the first boss because, you know, as you do. We've dealt with 2 whole areas. One, we've seen a wooded area, which we've seen before. And 2, we've seen a cave. Ooh, 2 whole areas. Do you know how many other areas we'll be seeing during this game?
No. How many?
2, I think.
Actually, that if going off of the bootleg, that sounds about right.
I mean, Hercules doesn't do much except for run around the trees and you know, save maidens and get killed by golems repeatedly.
Hey,
Unfortunately,
Lumps managed to kill the centaur.
Oh, Lumps gets it.
That
Lumps,
is a quick lead change.
What happened? How did that happen so quickly? Did Lumps actually find the picture, the perfect frame or perfect pixel?
I think so.
Like, looking at Lumps' health. So now we've got to, of course, free Meg. Can't just let her sit there.
How do you free Meg?
I don't remember.
Like, it said something about the vines.
Yeah, I think you're supposed to, like, go up into the vines and do something. Oh, yeah, you're supposed to go up into the vine there. You see that little line heading into the tree? You gotta go up that vine and cut that.
Are you serious? That's
Yeah.
the vine that's keeping her tied up? Also,
Yep.
let me go ahead and note, she's not really tied up at all in the movie.
No, she was bait. Lumps asking Discord, has anyone else figured out how to release Meg? People don't even know. People haven't even... Lumps has no idea how much further ahead they are than other people.
Yeah, I mean, Sprint God has seen Meg.
Sprint God has an idea of Meg's existence. Come on, Sprint God.
You
got this.
You can do it, Lumps. Oh, there we go.
Or Lumps, I meant.
Oh, no!
Come on, Lumps. Oh, no, you're so close. Lumps, one of these things is not like the others. One of these things doesn't exist anywhere else.
Yeah, I would totally agree with giving it or you just got to try different things, you know, and eventually Lumps has to be able to figure this out. Luckily, there's not a timer as far as I can see.
Oh, I gotta hear this. Apparently, Pokemon God has SGB enhanced music.
Yeah,
Wait,
but I totally do not feel like switching over unless... what's that?
There's no music. I don't hear any music. I'm just hearing blips and blops.
Okay.
So, you're not missing out on anything. I don't know what's going on over there.
Hey, Pokemon God is on to the Centaur.
Alright.
I'm still trying to figure this one out.
Pokemon God completely, randomly, instantly finds the perfect pixel.
See? It's trivial. Easy peasy.
Yeah. I don't know why I had so many problems with this. Very, very lot of problems. Oh, the amount of pain. And Sprint God finding the left and right. Look,
Okay.
I might just be bad at video games.
Pokemon God climbing. Pokemon God is probably going to figure it out. Trying to attack the vine.
Does it?
There we go. Pokemon God moving into first place. Meanwhile, let me go ahead and refresh the stream since we've had a little buffering from the players.
Lumps is still just kind of sort of sitting there.
Yeah. Not completely sure why. There we go.
You're right. I gotta refresh because buffering.
Yeah. Ooh, Polk getting poked by a scorpion. Don't want that to happen. Sprint God has also cut the vine. Sprint God is currently in second place.
Sprint God in Discord. Funny you should say that. Yes.
I love it. Lumps was in first, but because of the Meg puzzle.
Meg puzzle.
The Meg puzzle.
Puzzle in very big quotation marks.
I mean, you know, if you don't know what to do, it's kind of understandable. Understandable.
That's fair.
What?
So, Pokemon God is, of course, stuck in a pit there. Hey, how can you get out? They are not soft locked. You ready for obscure mechanic number 2?
Yeah.
Oh, yes. If you try to double jump, you'll do a kick and then a slam.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
That, honestly, I feel like people could have figured that out earlier, you know, press jump again. Like, you just need to figure out all of your controls fairly early on.
It might have been jump, kick, and then down.
Hey,
like
Lumps has cut the rope.
Yes!
Oh my gosh, I've got pasta. Blasphemous Roar, I want to make you jealous. I've got pasta.
What kind of pasta?
I don't know. It's like fettuccine.
Fettuccine with what? We got
With
pesto,
some
Alfredo.
meat. It's got meat stuff.
What's the sauce? I mean, pasta's
it's
made
a
by the
red
sauce.
sauce.
Okay, a red sauce with meat in pasta. It's very acceptable. Unfortunately, you can't make me jealous because I do have a Publix chicken tender sub in the fridge that I've already eaten half of, and I have another half for later. If you haven't been to my neck of the woods and had Publix chicken tender subs, you have no idea what you're missing out on, and that's all right. So Pokemon God has restarted, thinking they were soft locked.
Oh no.
Dear. Sprint God has learned the stomp.
Yeah, Sprint God has definitely moved back into first. Honestly, I've loved seeing all the place changes, you know. Lumps was in last, moved up to first, is now in third. But might actually move up to second in just a little bit. Like, honestly, Lumps has just been moving between every single place in this match.
I'm going to shout out the chat. Zwider that says that I'm wrong. Public chicken tender subs are overhyped. You're wrong, my friend. You've never had it with jalapeno Havarti cheese.
Ooh, that sounds great. Sorry, jalapeno and cheese go hand in hand. I love that stuff.
Jalapeno Havarti cheese is a soft, creamy cheese.
Yeah.
When you combine it with the heat of a chicken tender sub, it melts nicely. And I don't mean like over melt or anything. You don't get it toasted and it just melts onto it. The thing about Publix in their deli is that you can order anything you want from their deli onto the sub. So you can get whatever cheese you want. And you know what? Jerk turkey's fine, except that I don't like jerk turkey. Anyways, so about this Aladdin guy. Yeah, Aladdin. Definitely Aladdin. Because
Aladdin.
I actually have to. Yeah, I mean, Hercules is clearly Aladdin. I'm going to ask you an important question.
Sure.
Define the difference in character traits between Aladdin and Hercules.
Okay, Aladdin first off is poor. I guess Hercules is kind of in a poor family, but, you know, having a father be a deity, that's a pretty huge difference. Also, the color of the hair is a pretty huge difference. How about the muscularity? Aladdin's kind of...
I'm not talking physical traits. I'm talking, like, character traits. Oh, I'm losing Polk.
Same, but it looks like he's getting back into this. Yeah, Hercules is a moron. Aladdin at least has a little bit of brain.
Okay, cool. I wasn't sure. That's all.
That's all. They have other differences. Like
I was joking about how all of the Disney heroes are plainly the same exact person, except for Mulan. But you've proven me wrong. There are different types of Disney heroes. Look, all I'm saying is, I lost that argument. I accept this. That is what it's like to learn and live.
It's kind of amazing you even tried.
As they say, of course, Live and learn.
Live and learn.
Hanging on the edge of tomorrow.
You know,
Live
for
and learn.
being a demigod, Hercules sure dies a lot.
Yeah. You gotta check up on Hades. Like, if you're dying, you gotta check up on Hades.
I'm gonna refresh the stream because music is doing some really strange stuff. It's probably just due to Polk's internet, but, you know, it doesn't hurt to get everything caught back.
So I was actually, earlier on in the stream, I was going to make a joke about how there is a clear and obvious advantage that Pokemon God and Sprint God have, is that they are gods when dealing with a demigod.
It's true.
And they've got an advantage, and I was going to make that joke at the very start of the stream, and now they're both, like, in the lead, so, you know.
I mean, it's true, then. You know, demigods have faced the odds and ended up a mockery.
Yeah, unfortunately, Pokemon God's stream, like, she doesn't have any actual music going on, just blips and blops. No idea. SGB enhanced.
Ooh, enhanced.
It's very enhanced. Like, can you honestly say this game isn't enhanced by blips and blops?
I don't know. Let me go ahead and check it out. As long as Pokemon God isn't doing commentary over there, we'll switch over and see what it sounds like.
I think she said she wasn't using any audio, but she might have not gotten the full clear.
Okay, that was really loud. So, okay, we're back to Polk's music.
Okay, may have deactivated the Super NES audio in their audio, is what's being said, or in their emulator.
Gosh.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
I don't know what kind of deafening blip you just got, but yeah, Polk is really quiet.
I don't know. Yeah,
I may have just baited
everybody.
Brasentia into murdering or somebody in chat may have baited Brasentia into murdering half the chat. It's okay.
Yeah, it's okay. We're gonna live. It's just I turned their audio up all the way because I was like, I hear nothing, and then she went.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, Pokemon God is not a fan of this level. Polk is apparently cursing muscle memory. I'm not sure why.
No idea. They might have had issues with entering the wrong thing.
Yeah, I don't see... Like, we're still getting music from Polk, but we're definitely not getting any new video. Let me go ahead and refresh their stream. There we go. Looking good.
Yeah, Polk is lagging a bit. You may need to refresh them a few times.
Welcome to Ku5ogrande, where occasionally Twitch is Twitch. Yeah, that's okay. We still love Twitch.
Yeah, Twitch is Twitch. Yeah, it happens no matter what restream you're doing, unless you're doing your own RMTP server. And honestly, I think Brasentia and I are in the same boat. We can't afford that nonsense. Nor, honestly, I mean, do you really want to? I like letting the streamers stream on their own channel too. Like, you know?
By the way, all of the names that you see up here, these are their Twitch names. If you want to go support any of them, you are welcome to do so.
You should. You should go support them because they're awesome and racing for our amusement.
Sad Phil. Oh, Polk got the dash, but goes into the pit.
Oh.
Yeah, SprintGod is asking in Discord, why are these levels so long? And, you know, you're kind of right. These levels are a bit lengthy.
Yeah, these levels are... this game is absurd. So SprintGod has found the latch that we need to jump onto to close this area. And I believe you need to shoulder tackle your way through the other side after having opened this.
Mm-hmm.
There we go. And SprintGod is through there. So SprintGod is actually, I believe, closing in. Here we go. Fight the Hydra. Oh, yeah. In the most exciting fight. There's one Hydra head.
I presume you climb over the head and then you chop it off?
You kind of sort of just mash at the back of them, yeah.
Woo! That's fun.
Yeah, you gotta just... Oh. I actually... There might be something underneath there. I don't remember if the Hydra is giving a hit confirm or not. There we go, yep. The head keeps growing back. You stomp on it. Oh, sorry, you have to stomp on the head.
Oh, like
Phil,
do your
course,
jump
nicely
kick?
tells me. There we go, stomp.
Well, that's nice. The head just sort of fractures?
Yeah. That's it. You just got to stomp on him.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
This is the dumbest. This is absolutely not what happens in the movie.
What a good fight, right? Jump on the Hydra's back and slam on it.
I mean, yeah, it is kind of accurate to Kingdom Hearts, but with that said, Sprint God moves into the lead. What a dumb fight. Yeah, I'm glad that the game gives you some direction, at the very least.
Hercules must destroy the birds. Yeah, so of course, you know, the birds are attacking everything in Thebes. Hercules must destroy the birds. You can't get over this pole. Come on, Sprint God. The game just told you Hercules must destroy the birds. This is a arena-style encounter.
Yeah, Alfred Hitchcock would be very upset about this.
And they have the best animation, too. They're just like, flip, splatter, explode into feathers.
They're so smooth. They move so smooth. I love these birds.
Like, you're on your way to become a hero, and people are just like, yeah, the birds are attacking anybody who's going through. And you go and you go and they're like, all right, I'll stop these birds.
This is
and
so
then
dumb.
As soon as you leave the city, of course, everybody in the city just goes, what a dumb. He's seriously gonna go fight birds in a lake?
Yep. That's what I'm doing with my life.
Yeah, so no, this is it. You gotta slap around birds for a bit.
This is like the kind of work that you should be getting if you went into the humanities, you know? You're not gonna get a real job, just gonna be whacking birds with a stick.
Alright, looks like the birds have been dealt with. Your reward, of course, is skeletons.
Oh, well.
I thought that
was an easy fight.
I thought the reward was more birds. I forgot.
Goodbye, skeleton. Ah, snake!
I wasn't kidding when I said I forgot a lot of this game. Like,
yeah, I've noticed. It happens to the best of us. There we go.
I very much filed this away to be never seen again until you monsters. You pulled it from the depths of where it should not come back from.
Whose fault was it? Did you have to do several redraws?
No. Almost did. Almost. Somebody was like, okay, so I believe Lump said that they had played like 2 or 3 minutes, maybe 5 minutes of it as a result of just testing it for a database. So the option was given to redraw. One of them mentioned that they were curious as to what might happen, but also they were fine with it. Everybody else was fine with it, so they kind of sort of went with it anyway. And at least the progress is showing that Lumps did not get too much of an understanding of it.
I think Polk might actually beat the stage this time. Like,
okay, Lumps loaded the game to
nice.
SGB data. That's what we got.
Oh my gosh. This is... Yeah, this game is definitely taken a little bit of a toll on some of the players. I think Polk is probably feeling really frustrated still being on stage 2. Honestly, especially if you die a lot of the times with these Ku5ogrande matches, you start sort of worrying about things that you probably shouldn't worry too much about. Don't worry about the other players, just worry about how you're doing. But if you die, odds are you're thinking somebody else didn't die and they're ahead of me. And in some cases you're right, some cases you're wrong. In general, with games, you know, if you are struggling, other players are struggling as well. Oh yeah?
That was legitimately, like you said, if you're struggling, other players are struggling as well. That was legitimately my mindset when I played the last RoboCop game I played in Ku5ogrande. I was like, oh, I have gotten this far and then I died. I'm pretty sure my opponent is feeling this pain too, so I'm probably in the clear. The number one rule about Ku5ogrande, honestly, as a competitor on the competitor side of things, when you're racing, is just focus on not dying. Don't care about speed, just focus on not dying.
Yeah.
Unless you're fighting Andy, in which case just hope that a meteor crashes into his house and interrupts his Ethernet just long enough for him to still connect back online, fix his computer manually, and then beat you.
Yeah, about that. Andy?
Yeah.
It looks like Polk is really trying to line up just right. He's having a bit of a hard time. Polk doesn't know that there is a magic pixel. You can beat this boss without the magic pixel. So it's fine. It's gonna be fine.
Alright, so Pokemon God is unfortunately having issues with not grabbing the rope. There is only one thing to do in this room, and it is grab this rope. There we go. Rope
Yeah.
And Hercules
Nice.
Polk has finally taken down the Centaur.
Yes, Polk! You gotta go save Meg now. I think Polk has a fairly good idea of what to do. Yeah, this took Lumps a long time to figure this one out.
Alright, and Polk has swatted haphazardly at the vines.
Very nice. Polk moving on to the next stage. Honestly, that took a long time, but when you start making progress, oftentimes you can get excited and really get back into it. So I'm hoping it goes well for Polk.
Lumps is right there with Pokemon God at this point. So somebody had mentioned earlier, why is Hercules fighting Medusa? Was that even in the movie? So both the PlayStation game and this one have a similar trend. You may recall Medusa wasn't in the movie, right? Do you remember him fighting Medusa in the movie?
There was no Medusa in the movie. Probably
Was
the
there no
animated
Medusa?
series.
Are you sure there was no Medusa in the movie? Are you sure there was no 3 seconds of him fighting Medusa during a montage sequence as he rose to a hero?
Oh, yeah, there was.
Yeah.
Oh my
They
gosh.
made you fight bases based on the monsters based on the montage. But you know what? Honestly, I'm fine with that too. I'm fine with that.
I
So-
love that idea, actually. Why not just have a game that is based off of all the montage bosses, you know?
Yeah. So we have to fight Medusa in the montage, which happens in the montage. We also have to fight the Minotaur, which was in the montage as well. Which, you know what? If you're going for stage padding, you get to see Hercules' adventures and how he was stuck in a terrible cave with terrible enemies and stupid layouts and terribly obtuse puzzles and snakes, I guess, as they went for Medusa. Of course, there would be snakes in Medusa's lair. Like, why wouldn't there be snakes in Medusa's lair? What am I saying? And even snakes. Oh, Lumps is facing off against the Hydra. Unfortunately, Pokemon God and this room have not been getting along.
How do you get through it?
You have to shoulder tackle the right-hand wall.
Oh, I mean, of course.
Of course.
Although, did Pokemon learn the shoulder tackle?
I believe they did. I think everybody in the end learned the shoulder tackle. I don't think anybody is without shoulder tackle at this point. Lump's getting just demolished by the Hydra. That is not a safe spot. There is no safe spot there. You can't just do that. I mean, you can crawl, but Lump's fine.
Dying in the air.
All right, Mr. Dragon Lord Carter, with your actually clarifying things about the fact that they're actually fighting Steno.
Yeah, I mean, thank you so much. I mean, there are a few sisters. Why not just face Medusa and not Steno?
I mean, because we all know. Well, the reason why is, of course, because with this fight, we don't actually have mirrors to fight them with. I don't know. Did you have to fight Medusa in the? Oh, people might not have gotten to that point in the Genesis bootleg.
Let me go take a look real quick and see what this says on game FAQs, because if they call it Medusa, it's Medusa.
Oh yeah, game FAQs is of course the ultimate in.
Yep,
ultimate in.
Yep, it's Medusa. Sorry. Just gotta say. Game FAQs trumps everyone's opinions.
I mean, clearly. Just don't go digging for There are some quests to get FAQs for games that don't have FAQs in them.
Disney says it's Thano. They didn't even develop this game, so sorry.
Yeah. If Tritech said it was Thano, then I would Pokemon God asking, is anyone else in what I'll now dub as the Rude Dude Room? You'll probably know what I mean if you're there. Unfortunately, everybody but Pokemon God that's been there has managed to get out of the Rude Dude Room.
Although I don't see any dudes in there. I mean, Hercules is in there. Is he rude?
Hercules is a pretty rude dude.
True.
He's not exactly the nicest person. He's kind of sort of cocky and arrogant.
It's true, but can you blame him?
No, because he's a Disney hero, which means that they're all cocky and arrogant.
It's true.
Like, I want to say the only Disney hero I know of that's not cocky and arrogant is Mulan, and that's because that's part of the point.
Well, I mean, she is a little bit, to be fair, but you kind of have to be in order to get along with all those other guys. Like, Mulan is definitely cocky.
See,
Simba isn't cocky. Simba is so cocky as a kid. Rawr! Runs into the elephant graveyard. Yeah, nobody goes there unless you're a douche.
Honestly.
Stupid Simba. What a jerk.
I'm going to avoid the joke about Quasimodo. Maybe you're right. You're right about Quasimodo. We're good.
Yeah, I don't think Quasimodo is that.
I've never seen The Hunchback of Notre Dame, so, you know, I don't know. I don't know. All right, so Sprint God has made it to Medusa, Steno, and yeah, so in order to beat Steno here, all you gotta do is whack the snakes off her hair. Also, she shoots laser eyes at you.
Scary Medusa here.
Oh, I've been defeated. I was jokingly calling it Medusa the entire time, but now that I know it's Steno, I said Steno, and now it's Steno. Also, that is definitely not Medusa.
What?
That is absolutely a Gorgon.
Well, Medusa's a Gorgon.
Medusa is a Gorgon, but she's more humanoid than Lamia. Mm-hmm. So actually, when I fought this boss as well, I thought that I tried doing the same thing Sprint God did here, where you try to whack the laser because maybe you're supposed to like reflect it, you know? Because I know how to fight Gorgons. You reflect the lasers at them. So I tried this as well for a while, and I didn't notice that in one of those slashes that I did on her, I smacked the snake, and the snake disappeared. It wasn't until somebody pointed out.
Yeah, I was thinking with the moving snakes, it looks like you would probably kill them. I would have bet on the snakes. I'm sorry, Plasmus Roar.
What is the gift that Pokemon got? I think it's like a Shaman King gift. I don't know.
90% of the cases, if there's something moving in a game, you can interact with it. Of course, the torches are like the one exception here in this game.
Are you using moving objects as the Hanna-Barbera rule?
Like if it looks out of place?
Like in Hanna-Barbera, you know they're going to interact with an object if it is a slightly lighter color than the rest of the objects.
It's true, though. Yeah. That's the rule with old video games. If it moves, odds are it's got the traits of other things that move. There we go.
There we go.
Sprint God figuring it out. Oh,
almost. One more snake
on the other side.
I am tired of these Monday to Friday snakes on my Monday to Friday Medusa. And
good. You gave her a haircut.
Sprint God is given the haircut. Now what? I think you just kind of slap her from below.
Well, I mean, I would try to decapitate her because that's what you pretty much always do with a Gorgon. Although, that sounds kind of rude to decapitate somebody who's just sitting there. It's not her fault she shoots lasers.
I mean, that's you know, it's like... Sometimes, though, you have to eradicate the... you know what? I'm not even gonna... It was a joke about Basilisk, and then I realized that there could be political commentary that we could be foisted upon me by people and taken apart by what I said, and I was not going for that joke, so I'm just going to shut up. I'm just going to shut up and say, Bro Sencha, you're a wonderful person. So Sprint God has made it to the Minotaur's maze. And of course, everybody knows that you can't find your way around the Minotaur's maze unless you realize that beetles. Yeah, so Sprint God immediately noticed the passageways and then immediately noticed the scarabs. I think Phil might have said that the scarabs will lead you. So basically, this maze is actually we have Wandering Mind here, going this maze is not this maze, but this is not a maze. Actually, it is all you gotta do is follow the scarabs. There's scarabs on the wall. You take the path of the scarab.
Oh my gosh, I love it. By the way, Pokemon God is onto the Hydra and is very loudly complaining in Discord that she tried 5 times to break the wall. And it finally broke.
Yeah, you had to hit it from a distance. Now, the key thing is that if we follow the scarabs, well, you may have noticed that I said the key thing. There's a key in here. Now, it's not too hard to find the key. The key is really easy, actually. You stumble upon it by accident if you question the looks of something. But if you don't have the key, you don't get to fight the Minotaur. And honestly, I doubt Sprint God is going to make it to the Minotaur at this point. So we've got Sprint God in the lead, Pokemon God heading up with the Hydra fight. I don't know if the other two have fought the Hydra. I believe Lumps and Poke are in the same spot. I haven't been able to effectively track where they are. We've only got, 3.5 minutes?
Honestly, we're really close to the end. Yeah, 3.5 minutes until the end of this match. Pokemon God running through Birdland. That's what I'm calling it.
Oh yeah, Birdland, of course.
It's a good land.
When their birds' feathers are made of metal and they shoot fire, and their talons are strong as, a hydraulic press. Sprint God has unfortunately lost their way.
Oh no!
And has backtracked and didn't believe in the scarabs. Sprint God.
That's the thing. Eventually, it's easy to start doubting yourself. The problem is, this maze is just extremely long, quote-unquote, maze. I could see people doubting themselves because I would.
The fun part about the maze, too, by the way, is that every time you enter those rooms, you could respawn a shield. You can pick up to 9 shields. They will guard you for up to 9 hits. Every shield that you pick up is, in fact, another hit that you guard against, which is really useful against fighting this Minotaur.
Oh, for sure.
The shields randomly spawn in those rooms, so you can go in and out, in and out. Okay, so key. Hello, key. Just grab the key. Yep, grab the key. Just that easy. Grab the key. What are you doing? All you gotta do is grab the key. That's obvious, right?
Maybe? I don't know. I don't know what's obvious or not anymore. Like, I don't know. My mind has been blown because of the stupid dash through the wall that has no visible stuff to show that you're supposed to dash through it.
Yeah, so at least Sprint God is aware of the key. How do you grab the key? I have no idea. Also,
Lumps. I think Lumps is essentially at the point where they have given up.
It's over.
Which is okay.
Lumps.
We're getting really close to the end. Pokemon God moving on to the Medusa fight. I think that what likely is going to happen then is Pokemon God will be moving into second, Sprint God in first, Lumps McChumps in third, and Polk in fourth, if I'm not mistaken, which I could be.
Yeah, I think...
Shadow fight!
Oh, shadows! Alright, so Sprint God is, of course, going to have a nice rude awakening, realizing that they don't have the key. But, I mean, they won't get to that rude awakening because we've only got a minute left.
Oh yeah, we've got 40 seconds left. I think that once this is done, when we talk to one of the players, we'll probably have a pretty good feeling for why they really dislike this game. Like, I don't know. For a Game Boy game, like, I wouldn't necessarily say it looks bad, but there could be some anger coming your way.
Have you never, you say for a Game Boy game as if the Game Boy is a bad console. There are plenty of good games on the Game Boy.
I don't know. Pretty much the Game Boy Color is the console that had the worst video games ever.
Mostly because it was the pre-licensed garbage era. It was mildly before the GBA, so the licensed trash wasn't as inoffensive. And there we go. Sprint God has found the Minotaur room, but does not have the key.
Well, you know what? It is time. That is the end of the match. I love the pictures that people upload to or put up on their streams. They're pretty funny. Good job, time. We are done. We are through that. No orbs. Get rid of your orbs. No orbs. No orbs allowed. Guess what? Sprint God managed to make a significant amount of progress and make it pretty far into it. Pokemon God moved into second. Lumps McCumps in third. McChumps and Polk in fourth. So, fantastic job, everybody. Sprint God, I will be bringing into chat. Hello there, Sprint God.
Hello there.
Congratulations on your victory today.
Thank you very much.
So I think that the first question that's on my mind is, how do you feel about the game? How did it go for you?
I actually really like this game.
What?
Wow. All right. Yep. I need to quit being a GM. See you later.
well, saying that, I also like Nightmare Circus, so...
Nightmare Circus. I don't know what that is.
That's a video. Oh God, it's terrible.
But
I like it.
I'll go ahead and
It controls worse than this, and I decided to start speedrunning, so...
Yeah, I could imagine something with the name of Nightmare Circus or Circle or whatever. It would probably end up not being too enjoyable. So, another question for you. JoJo Season 3, good or bad? 3, 2, 1.
Not as good as the second or the fourth.
Okay, not as good as the second or the fourth.
This person is correct, by the way.
Yeah, that's a very diplomatic way of saying that it's terrible.
No. Battle Tendency is great. Diamond is Unbreakable.
It's okay, the others are just way better.
Slice of Life, and Stardust Crusaders is a good adventure. Unfortunately, Stardust Crusaders is outmatched by the quality of Season 5.
Wow. Well, okay, that's fine. Watch Season 5, everybody, I guess. Yeah, so you said that you liked this game. Was there anything that you particularly liked about it?
I like that it has lots of controls. They don't work very well, but it has lots of...
It has controls.
Different things you can do if you try really hard.
I love that. It has lots of controls. That's what I like about it. That's pretty funny to me. Yeah, honestly... What's that?
One thing I did notice is that there's a jump stomp, and I'm wondering how many people actually had trouble finding that. That it's not a very obvious thing, and I just kind of stumbled across it accidentally.
There were some people, actually, I believe Pokemon God is the one who reset over Jump Stop, because, you know, she didn't realize that that was something that needed to be done. It definitely.
I actually found that by accident early on.
Jeez,
I'm playing on it.
I'm nice enough to tell you that it has certain attacks.
You just gotta try everything.
I'm actually playing on the Xbox 360 D-pad, which meant one time when I jumped, I accidentally pressed down when I was trying to move sideways, and just got the stomp, and I thought, oh, okay, that's something I can do.
Oh yeah.
So I was saved by a terrible controller.
Well, I'm glad that you managed to get saved. Oh, I'm trying to think. So I know that you've played on Ku5ogrande before. Seriously, great job today for what you were able to do. Do you normally have streams? Are there other things that you're playing these days?
Not very often. Occasionally,
Okay.
pop the stream open every now and again and play some terrible games or sometimes Streets of Rage or things like that.
Ah, cool. Well,
Most recently, I've been, as I said, speedrunning Nightmare Circus.
I need to give that a shot sometime, or at least
awful.
look at it. Which it sounds terrible. I hate clowns. It sounds like there are clowns.
I'm not sure if there's any clowns in it.
What?
I was.
There's other things, but not clowns.
This is better
But-
than I expected.
The progress that you made was astounding.
Oh, actually, no, there's a big, like, you know, the huge like ticket office sort of thing, and it's got a huge clown painted on it. So, yeah.
Okay,
I
so
forgot about that
there's one clown. Watch out for the clown, everybody. I think Blasphemous Roar has one last thing to say before we move on.
Well, no, I was just gonna say it looked like the progress you made was astounding. By the way, you were, I think, 2 stages from the end of the game, from the very disappointing end of the game. And it took me 2.5 hours to do that. You did it in like an hour, so good job. That's all I was gonna say. That was impressive.
Seriously, great
Out of
job.
interest, on the stage that I was on, I'm assuming that I saw like a key in the window, but I couldn't see how to pick it up. I assume I need that to get into the door at the end.
You do,
Is
yeah.
that true? Yeah, I thought so. So that's
Seriously,
where I just got
though,
into.
I really enjoyed it. Thank you so much, Spring God, and thank you, Blasphemous Roar, for coming on and showing us this game. Remember, everybody, the Twitch streams for each player are on Twitch. What am I even trying to say? They're the names that you saw on the layout, so feel free to go, give them a follow. It's always good to help support some of the smaller streamers around here. Thank you so much, and take care, Spring God, Blasphemous Roar.
Chowsers.
Thank you as well. It's been fun. Sorry,
Good
it's
luck
been
with your
fun.
next races.
The hay fever there. Oh, boy. Oh, all right, I'll see you later. Take care. Well, everybody, this is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. Before we move on to the next match, just so that I have a little bit of time to work on some setup, I'm going to run a short ad. Stay tuned. I'll be back in just 1 minute. Hello, everybody. Welcome on back. This is Ku5ogrande, the Bad Video Game Tournament. The matches last for 1 hour between 4 players. The biggest goal right now is for them to get 12 points by the end of the second round. If they manage to do that, then they will move on to the third and the fourth, most likely. After that, we will be moving on to a bracket. The group stages are always fun because, you know, we tend to start out a little bit softer, a little bit kinder, although you never really know when it comes to what these game masters pick.